what's up, everybody? And those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, well, holidays, happy Thanksgiving. Um, so, let me give you an update on what's going on right now. Right now, my mom isn't feeling too well. Strangely enough, my sister, she was feeling very exhausted today. Apparently, apparently it's something that the her care providers wasn't doing for her blood, so that she can keep her normal levels, or keep her blood kind of like stabilized or whatever, or her hemoglobin high, whatever. They wasn't doing something right with her, especially as someone who does dialysis. Now, on top of that, um, when I left for work Wednesday morning, my mom seemed like she was all right. I mean, granted, she was about to go to sleep, go to bed. It was like 2 in the morning. She seemed like she was fine, right? And all of a sudden this morning, I hear from her, and she sounds like she's sick. So I'm like, all right, so I know she's already going to be kind of upset that she can't really go spend time with the family because she's sick. So she tells me that when I come home, bring her some, some orange juice and like some aluminum cans, because she cooked some food that she wanted to take over to relatives. Now, with that being said, I get the V2K, so their whole agenda is like, as soon as I had, heard that she was sick, for them, they believe that I was supposed to just drop everything and leave at that very moment, and go see about her. But, my mom, she sounded like she was okay. She wasn't in dire straits or anything. We have things in the house that can, that she can take to help her get over if she is sick from a cold or something like that. But then, those of us who understand what's being done with nanotechnology, and also you've seen the numerous videos I've posted, showing the immense radiation levels in my mom's apartment. So, among other things, as I'm trying to talk, it's hard for me to breathe. So, and this just came like shortly after. Actually, this came basically shortly after I started to leave the Bronx. And I don't know, it's whatever. Anyway, so on top of that, I didn't really leave until about let's say 2, because relatives, they was going to get together around 4 o'clock, or some people maybe a little after 4. So my intention was to get over here before 4, pick up the food, then I was going to take an Uber over to my cousin's. But then I get a text message from my sister saying, my mom is feeling upset. So I call her, and I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, she's mad because I was up there instead of at home. But the thing is, here's where you gotta pay attention to the emotional aspects of what they're capable of doing. One, you gotta understand that they wait for you to reach a certain low vibrational moment, or if they can't induce you into a low vibrational emotional moment, or if they can't make you sick, and if you're sick, it's hard for you to kind of suppress any type of emotional manipulations or whatever stuff like that. Because if your body feels like it's suffering, which can be transmitted into a person's body, if they are riddled with the nanotechnology, it's going to be hard for you to, be rational, because when I call my mother, she sounds okay. If she has a cold, it's like, okay, I'm going home right now, and I'm going to go check on her and see how she's doing. She didn't necessarily tell me that, like, she thinks I should stay home and not go. She's still, adamant. She still sounds pretty adamant about me, at least taking the food over to my cousins and, I guess, be with the family. But with the V2K people, the perks, handlers, what they're saying, these 4 individuals who I know are probably stationed either somewhere within one of these hospitals in New York City, or probably stationed in some type of medical facility somewhere up north. Not necessarily New York State, but they're somewhere north of Brooklyn, because that's where my heterodyne began. It started in the Bronx, so they're probably stationed somewhere out there. And they want me to feel guilt, and guilt is a very, very low vibrational energy to basically allow yourself to dwell in. And you have to always keep in mind, TIs and those who are very understanding of how energy works, always remember there are certain things you cannot control. But what you can control is what you do, what you say, what you think, and how you feel. Always remember, they are capable of manipulating you, but you always have the manual control. You just have to remember that you draw your energy from something that is not of the world. Now, I bet you when I get in the house, she's probably going to fuss at me a little bit. You stayed up there knowing that I'm sick, and you probably don't care that much about me, blah blah blah. She's gonna say all these things, and me knowing how my mother is, I know her pretty much like the back of my hand. And at the end of the day, everybody in my family knows how she gets if she's not feeling well. So I can't necessarily ever allow myself to take anything personal that she, says towards me, because at the end of the day, I know I do everything I can to try to take care of my mother. And I know I can't always be there. And I also know that, that's where you always gotta have faith in God, because if something's gonna happen and God wanted it to happen, it's gonna happen. But God also will allow us all to be tested, and we just always have to remind ourselves that this is basically a test to see how strong are we against the wiles of those who are corrupted and given power to rule in this earth. Now, just always keep in mind, always keep in mind, you cannot control everything and really anyone. And people are going to feel however they want to feel, because that's what we're basically given as human beings, the ability to feel how we want to feel. That's our individual right. But then you also got to remember, with this technology, they could control, if you allow them to, they'll manipulate your health, they'll manipulate your emotions, and they'll manipulate your perception on people. And anybody who wants to try to challenge this need to tell me something that I don't know about nanotechnology. If you know something that I don't know about the influence of nanotechnology on the brain, on the health of cells in the body, and if you can tell me something that I don't know about electromagnetic radiation sickness that's actually very, very similar to flu-like symptoms, let me know something that I don't know. Because whatever happens, they're basically going to try to do everything they can to mess with her, because she's basically kind of like indirectly connected to me. So if something happens to her, that's supposed to affect me emotionally. That's what they're depending on. If something happens with her, I'm supposed to be affected emotionally, which also lowers my energy, so then I won't be able to defend myself against their manipulations. Right now, they're losing against me with my vibrational energy, but what they are doing right now is they're basically transmitting frequencies or energy that are basically causing me to feel like respiratory stress, or I guess what I've also learned is a form of oxidative stress, because right now my chest, even though I know I'm not sick, my chest feels like someone put a whoopee cushion inside of my chest and they pumped it with hot air. And every time I try to exhale out, I feel the pressure go down. But then the moment I start focusing on my exhale, that's when it feels like my chest is filling back up with air. It's like something is being forced into my mediastinum that's taking up space. There's no liquid, no fluid in my chest. And when I exhale like that, it's as if something other than just the carbon dioxide that I breathe out naturally, something else is releasing from my body. Anyway, I'll let y'all know about how this will play out. And I always think about it like this. They're gonna do extra because basically a lot more people are probably not working their normal jobs. They usually do extra stuff like when it's the weekend or if it's a holiday or something. They put a lot more, I don't know, I guess more people can take off from their day jobs and focus on targeting. Anyway, all right, so I'll talk to y'all later. And remember, just go ahead, enjoy your day, enjoy your holiday, and remember, you can only control what you do, what you think, how you feel. If your actions always continue to prove that you still love someone, regardless of the time that you can prove that you love someone, always remember that you are blessed. You are blessed, and you are being challenged by forces that want to maintain their control and power over the world, but they know their time is slipping. Always remember that. You are above and not below. Not saying you're God, but just always remember, they're doing everything in their power to bring you down. Meaning they are already setting you above them because they're doing everything in their power to bring you down. All right, take care, y'all. Take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.